Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time Car Show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
From the Smoke and Mirrors Network, It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, the walking encyclopedia of auction cars from Mecum Auctions, Mr. Know-It-All, John Kraman.
All right.
I drove the Ford Maverick Hybrid. I'll give you my impression of it. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar, and later Conrad will have This Week in Auto History. I'll bring you the stories making automotive news headlines. All just ahead on this edition of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us. And let's just get right to it, shall we? He's a friend of the show and has been for quite some time, and we appreciate him joining us this morning. His name is John Kraman, and you probably know, see, hear his voice all the time at any Mecum auction, because he's the guy up there at the front, always doing the commentary about the cars. And I don't know, is it just that brain of yours that works so well that you can remember all of these cars that run?
It's got to be.
Look at it. Can he even hear us? John, can you hear us?
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you. I don't know why I can't hear him, Mike. He's coming in through what? Hold on, John. Mr. Mars over there handles this part of it, and
a little technical difficulty.
The technical thing that Mr. Mars has got going on. He doesn't even know.
Well, he's working on it.
He's working on it. But at any rate,
Bring him up.
Huh?
We just disconnected him.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
We're getting him back.
They're not using our system.
I can't hear you because you don't have your headset on.
They're not using the same system we use.
I see.
Or they've changed theirs.
So while we wait for this, and I had such a wonderful lead in.
Well,
We
go
can
ahead.
do it
He's,
again.
he's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
I know, but we can't. But nobody can hear him up here.
Well, let's see if we got it fixed.
No.
No.
We're listening to you from some computer somewhere, but I can't hear you. At any rate, I am going to start this thing off. Nearly 120 highly respected and sought-after American classics from the Horton Classic Car Museum in Nocona, Texas. Now, you're familiar with that name. They make boots out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be offered at no reserve as part of the estimated 1,000 total vehicles to be offered at auction at Mecum Houston 2023.
And one of them is a 63 split window Z06 from the Horton Museum. I mean, you're talking about some
rare cars,
uber rare cars that are going to go through the auction.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I didn't even know that they had a 63 split window Z06.
That was where the Z06 originated. Was in 63.
And you know, it's funny because those names like Z06, those originally were just factory identifications.
RPO codes.
Yeah.
For the car that came down the assembly line. Nobody ever thought of actually using those to tell you about the car. Now it's pretty commonplace, at least with General Motors and Chevrolet particularly.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It's like Copo.
Copo.
Yeah.
Central office.
Production.
Order.
Right.
Horton
There's that.
And, another one from Horton is a 53 Chevy Corvette.
Wow.
They got Horton's,
Blue Flame?
Horton's putting some big iron through.
Nocona, Texas. What a place to have a car museum and a classic car museum.
Well, I get it because you don't want to be in the hustle and bustle of the city. You want to be in your own environment where you.
Do you know where Nocona, Texas is?
Vaguely.
I have no idea.
It's over there.
It's over there. All right. Well, it is. So at any rate, Mecum Auction coming to town April 13th through the 15th. That would be
next weekend.
Yeah.
13th through the 15th. That would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
And the 15th, we're doing the
Tailpipes and tacos.
We'll be at Tailpipes and Tacos that day. And,
Well, I'll tell you, I wish I knew half of what John has forgotten.
Yeah.
Because I watch the show, because I'm kind of a car nut myself. I'm always looking to learn more and more about especially the collector car piece. And I just watch the show just to learn, listening to John talk about all the various cars coming and the little nuggets of information he can provide. That I go, wow, I never knew that. So I don't know how much studying he does about each car before it comes across the auction block, but he's always a wealth of knowledge.
Well, I think part of what he does is like we do. You got to do the research.
Right.
You have to learn about it as you do the walkthroughs and the cars.
But he's not reading my chat to tell me to talk to us.
Oh,
Well,
John,
he can hear us.
John, can you hear? Let's try you now. Talk to us.
All right, I've got you guys loud and clear.
I know you do, but we don't have you. And Mr. Mars was looking for a chat, but at any rate, I have him potted up all that.
Well,
What?
I've got you guys loud and clear. I don't know if it's something on my end.
Well, no, I don't know what it is. Because you're not using Zoom and it's all jacked up.
Checking and testing 1, 2,
Oh yeah.
3.
So the way that we're doing this and the way that we're able to hear you is we've taken Conrad's headset microphone off and are playing it on Mike Mars's computer speaker. So
We can hear you.
we can kind of hear
okay.
you. Yeah.
Kind of, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
No, well, I mean, we can hear you.
All right, well, I can hear all of you guys loud and clear.
Well, that's good. And
So John, I have a question. Do you study about each car that's coming up? Do you just kind of read the what I call the rap sheet on the car that you guys post online, or is all that just in your head over time?
Yeah, there's no way to study, and we do 35, 40,000 cars a year, and there just is no way that either you know it or you don't. And yeah, I mean, I do use the customer supplied and the Mecum approved description of the car, the bullet points of the car. But as far as tying in it, making it conversational with the other announcers, and then also adding historical tidbits and little stories and tales and background, that's all just from knowledge. Now, keep in mind, I've been doing this for 16 years, and I was a car guy my whole life before that. I was a skeeky car guy that absorbed all this information. So I just sit back and talk cars. I don't study. I don't read any notes. I don't have a computer. We don't have a teleprompter. None of that. Nobody's telling me what to say. I just do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
is there a way that I could tap into that brain of yours? Because
Watch the show.
obviously it's oversized because I can't keep up. We depend on you to tell all these stories.
Well, and that's why I think I've been selected, to go on the show. Obviously, I feel like I'm representing all the car guys out there, all the different genres. I want to make sure that the information is accurate, and I want to make sure that the information is relevant. And part of my role, too, is to keep my ears on what the other guys are saying. And if they're heading off into a direction that doesn't fit that criteria, I gently kind of come in and reel them back in.
What is your background? How did you get so knowledgeable about cars?
Well, I grew up in L.A. My dad sold cars. I was obsessed with cars since I was, literally a toddler. And I really used to enjoy spending time at the car dealerships as a kid. A huge brochure nut, love a paper brochure, and I was just able to absorb all that information. I was helping my dad when I was in grade school. I was helping my dad talk to customers about the cars and helping them select trims and colors and engine options and gear ratios and all of that stuff. It just always came very naturally, and I've been able to retain a lot of that information over the years. And so, and I grew up at the right time, classic baby boomer, growing up in the 60s when the cars, were starting to really sort of take off as a lifestyle item. And I'm just really lucky, all these years later, my passion and my love, my enthusiasm for cars, I'm able to share that with our viewers. That's, it's really important to me that, I don't want to come across the only guy that knows a few things about cars, but I am the guy that's been chosen by, by Mecum to not only represent the brand Mecum Auctions. I'm a full-time Mecum employee, part of the management team, unrelated to television. But, just as importantly, that when we get on air, that we can continue to have credibility and have the respect of all the other experts out there that are specialists in their fields, the different club members and stuff. I get invited to speak at many of the major club and national conventions. And, it's really gratifying for me because obviously they feel that what I have to say and my opinions and my credibility as a car guy is strong enough that I'm not just this guy on TV blabbing away about cars. I eat, live, and breathe the entire lifestyle.
And you also get invited on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show at least once a year.
Yeah.
And absolutely, and that is always a thrill and a pleasure.
Well, thank you very much. Let's focus it for a few minutes about this Horton Classic Car Museum and the 100 classics that you guys are going to auction off at no reserve.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was lucky to go out a couple of months ago and do some promotional work for that collection. It could very well be one of the best collections Mecum has ever had. There's 120 cars, about 40 Corvettes, but it really centers pre-war classics, a lot of 50s and 60s luxury cars, Cadillacs and Ford Thunderbirds, Pontiac Grand Prix, Imperials. There's muscle cars, and it's a great group. And unfortunately, the owner of the museum passed away. His family's made a difficult decision to sell the cars, and it could very well put this Houston auction this year as an all-time number one in total take for Mecum at our Houston auction, which is about $35 million is our record, and this one group of cars alone could do $8 to $10 million. Wow. Everything is selling at no reserve. The cars are great, and anybody wants any data on the cars or learn more about it, Mecum.com's got the video that I did in addition to all the cars and all the descriptions and all the photos. It's really, it's sad that Mr. Horton has passed, but also it was his vision that allowed him to collect and preserve these great cars, and now they're going to get a chance to go to new collections.
And these are literally museum quality cars.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And like I said, I had a chance to be up there, sleepy little, classic, Texas town, about an hour and a half or so northwest of Dallas, but of course coming to the Houston auction. And, the folks in the area are a little sad to see it going away. It's kind of a landmark for the area. A lot of car clubs make cruises and stuff up to that destination. But, as we know, it's, things change. And the fact that these cars have been preserved in such good shape, they'll get scattered to museums and collectors all across the country.
Are there one or two of the cars that are in the collection that drew your attention, that you're really focused on, that you'd like to have in your collection, or that you think is going to bring big money?
Yeah, there's a couple actually that really sort of stick out. I'm going to cite just a couple of quick examples. What I like to call the ultimate Corvette bookends are there. Of course, Corvettes, as we know, started in 1953 and gone all the way now into 8 generations. C8 2023 70th anniversary edition is out right now. And sitting side by side when I walked in the museum door was a 53 white sitting next to a 70th anniversary, brand new 2023 Corvette C8, also in white, sitting there side by side. It just literally sent chills up me just to relish in the history, the incredible history of America's sports cars. But then a specific car, there's a Boss 429 Mustang, one of my favorite cars of all time, a 69, one of only 2 years built, with that big semi-Hemi Boss 429 engine, made for NASCAR racing and put into the Mustang only to make it legal to race. Never intended to be a high-performance street engine, although it is. And so that's on the other spectrum, the pony car and the Corvette spectrum, very well represented. But all the cars, literally all 120 cars of the Horton collection are all worthy of mention. They're all fantastic cars, and they're going to add a lot of excitement to already what's an exciting event. Houston auction, we always look forward to it.
When we were trying to get you on the air there, Conrad mentioned the 63 split window Z06 coupe, and one of only 199 ever produced. Matching numbers, fuel injected 327, 360 horsepower. You can't get any more classic than that. That's my go-to right there.
Yeah, well said. 4 63 split window Corvettes in the collection, but the crown jewel is the Holy Grail Z06. Again, another car like the Boss 429 Mustang I mentioned, another car that was intended to make the ultra high performance equipment on that car legal for, in that particular time, road racing. And it's just incredible. As you said, under 200 of those cars were built, making them rare and putting them at the top of the pinnacle. We know the legacy and the reputation of the name Z06. In Corvette world, it's like Z28 in the Camaro world. And it all began in 1963. That was the first year for that unassuming option code. Z06 was a random option code, like any option code was, but all these years later, it means a serious performer. And that'll be our top-selling 63 split window of the 4, that's for sure.
Now, are you guys still accepting consignments?
You know, it's funny, we don't ever shut down the consignment stream. We will be consigning cars literally the day that they would be auctioned off. Our final day will be Saturday, April 15th, but there'll be people that'll show up in the morning and say, hey, I've got a car I want to sell today. And they'll get put in. We can enter them. They'll get put in at the end of the sale, of course, in sequential lot number order. So, you know, from that standpoint, we're always accepting consignments. People can sign up as a bidder right on site. We recommend in advance, but it's only about a 5-minute process to sign up as a bidder. If they decide, you know, they get there, they're spectators, they see a car that they want to bid. Not a difficult process at all. And I just want to say we really encourage folks to come on out. If you're not a buyer or seller, no problem. Come on out. Tickets,
Spectator.
$20 in advance.
Yep.
$30 at the door. Kids 12 and under free. It's a fantastic car show. Over 1,000 great cars at Energy Center.
It is truly a great car show. Just to go and look and see, even if you're not going to bid on the car. What does it cost to bid on a car?
To sign up as a bidder, it's a $200 registration, and that includes the actual bidder and one guest to be able to have access for all 3 days of the auction. And I just want to do a little short plug for our television coverage. We are going to be going live a total of 12 hours, 6 hours each day, the Friday and Saturday, on Motor Trend TV and Motor Trend Plus. So for folks that can't make it out to the auction, we always recommend coming out. But if you can't, tune in, and coverage will begin at noon Central Time each of those 2 days. Well, once again, Motor Trend TV, Motor Trend Plus.
Yeah, and one nice thing about going is there you can actually poke your head into the window, look inside the interior. You can get down, and I've done this myself. You get down on hands and knees and look underneath the car and see what's going on under there. Is it as pretty underneath as it is on top? I mean, all of the intricate things that you just can't do on television coverage, but you can if you go in person. I mean, I spend hours there when I go.
Yeah, always better in person, and I will just tell people bring comfortable shoes and plan on spending a lot more time than you might think, because there are so many great cars. It will be, you know, for a lot of people, it's literally a trip back in time. It's an escape to a different world, a different time. You're going to see cars you're familiar with from the past, and you're also going to be able to get a chance to get up close with cars maybe that you've heard about or never heard about that are going to get introduced to perhaps for the first time. So bring your friends, bring your family members, come on out. We really encourage, and you know, we love to have folks come out and enjoy the auction environment. It's not just about buyers and sellers.
Yeah. John, is there any one car in all of the years that you've been doing this that stands out in your mind? And I know that you've done thousands and thousands of cars, and you've sent them all across the auction block. But is there any one in particular over the years that stands out with you?
Well, I have to say that, you know, we've done so many great cars, including, of course, the Bullitt Mustang, the famed Hero Hada Merc, the world's most famous custom. But the number one most exciting segment goes back over 10 years ago. I was at Monterey, California. 1965 Shelby Daytona Cobra, one of only 5 built. The actual car that won the manufacturer's championship for Ford. First time an American manufacturer ever did that. It sold for $7.25 million. Bob Bondurant was the driver, by the way, back in 1965 at Le Mans. He drove the car up onto the auction block.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Does not get any better than that. That probably will forever be at the top of my favorites list. There's a lot, but that's going to be a tough one to beat.
Well, John, it's always great to talk to you. Good to see you again, and hopefully we'll be out there and have a chance to say hello. And we really appreciate you taking the time out of a Saturday to join us. And next weekend, NRG Center, April 13th through the 15th, the Mecum Houston Collector Car Auction. We really appreciate it, John. Good to see you, my friend.
Always a pleasure hanging with my car buddies.
All right, brother.
Thanks, John.
Take care. That worked out rather well,
Yeah.
there, Mr. Morris.
Minor glitch. We're good.
Well, for me, I'll go watch just to learn more about cars. You know, there's
And learn from him because
exactly, because some of those little nuggets he says just in for him, just kind of in passing, it's like, I never knew that.
How do you know that?
You know,
stuff?
well, you know, it's like, you know, me with the rally and the yellow bumpers. You know, I knew that Barracuda or Cuda offered a body-colored bumper. I never realized Camaro, 69 Camaro offered a body-colored bumper.
The way
I didn't either.
The way I watch it is when they roll a vehicle up on the block, I bid in my mind what
you think it's valued at?
You know, am I too low? Am I too high? And obviously, I don't get them right, but
I know.
it's fun
But
to do.
it's fun to do.
It's
Yeah.
a challenge.
Okay, time to move on, and time now for this hour's car review.
All right.
Do you want to do the cruising calendar first?
We can do the car review.
Okay, let me do the car review, and then we'll do the cruising calendar. So I had an opportunity to drive the 2023 Ford Maverick. Now you're saying, no, wait a minute, Don.
Wait a minute,
Didn't
Don.
you drive a Maverick
Last week?
and review it last week? Yes, I did.
You did.
But it was the gasoline-only version.
Oh.
This week, we get to
See,
drive.
Don had gas last
You
week.
did.
I did. This week, we're going to do the
Yeah, he's
Ford Maverick
charged up.
hybrid. So it comes in 3 trim levels, the XL, the XLT, and the Lariat. I had the XLT front-wheel drive hybrid. Maverick is a small or compact pickup truck. You know, this is a pre-production vehicle, so I don't have all of the information on the window sticker, so they kind of give me here's what it's going to cost. All right. It's all new last year, seats 5. It's a 4-door small pickup truck. Attractive overall design with a non-brand front end. I don't know how else to put that. It doesn't
look like all the other Fords.
No, it doesn't.
It's a little
And it
unique
doesn't
looking.
look like the F-150 or the Ranger. Doesn't look like that. High arched wheel openings, integrated hitch with the black bumperette in the middle. It's very different. Versatile bed with lighting and tie-downs back there like a big boy pickup truck should have. What I liked about it, the overall look gets an A grade in my book. I really did like it. What could use improvement? I think that they really need to have an upscale trim option. Now, I know that the XLT is their current upscale. The Lariat actually is their upscale trim level, but I'd like to see it go even further than that because I think that
Do
they're
a platinum.
Yeah, do a platinum. Anyway, interior highlights, simple but attractive and well-designed dash. It has a very nice console, and the transmission controls are right down there with a knob. Lots of cubbies throughout the cabin. One in particular is the door panel has room for a big, tall bottle like you would have your water in, you know, bigger than a regular water bottle that you'd buy at the 7-Eleven. A liter, I guess. Seating is very comfortable. It's small inside, but user-friendly infotainment screen. It works well. The cargo, it's a small bed, and it kind of stands out the fact that if you stand back on it, you go, man, that bed is really small. Well, it's a small pickup truck.
Yeah.
What I liked about it, the handy storage under the rear seat. Comes with a 2.5-liter hybrid 4-cylinder engine. So it does have a battery pack. It also has 191 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque. And it all works through a CVT transmission. I'm leading up to something here, so stay tuned. Tow rating up to 4,000 pounds, depending on the engine and that sort of thing. Haul, 1,500 pounds. You ready?
Yep.
Miles per gallon that I got 37.5
Whoa.
miles per gallon
Holy
over
cow.
340.
Take that, Mike.
Hello, 37.5 miles per gallon. Can you believe that? It's true.
very good.
It's really. I'll say.
Yeah.
Very smooth. You can't. You don't even know that it's a hybrid. It acts like a regular gasoline motor. What I liked about it, as far as ride and handling, well, it's a little stiff with no load, but it fits for the purpose that it is. It is a pickup truck. So if you're going to haul around your 1,500 pounds and maybe tow 4,000 pounds, then it's going to be stiff in the back.
Yeah.
It's a truck.
Yeah.
Base trim price. Here's another selling point. Base trim price, $25,950.
Wow.
That's
$25,950. Prices tested, $28,895.
That's still great.
I know, it's under 30 grand.
Like 37 miles to the gallon.
There's only really one competitor, and that's the Hyundai Santa Cruz for $25,700.
And that's kind of a modified car truck thing.
Well, yeah, and it kind of goes along with the Honda Ridgeline.
Right.
And the Honda Ridgeline, starting price on that is $38,800.
Uh-oh.
Ford Ranger, on the other hand, is $28,585. So I guess it kind of competes with the Ford Ranger. So you have to decide, you want the Maverick, you want the Ranger. I like that Maverick. I can't believe it, but I do. Why would you like the Maverick, Don? Well, I just told you.
Yeah.
And the biggest selling point to me, 37.5 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
Go for it. All right, let's look at the cruise-in calendar, and we've got a big cruise-in event coming up next weekend.
And that's the introduction to Tailpipes and Tacos.
No.
What is that, Mr. Mars?
To Tailpipes and Tacos.
Yes, we heard that. We heard all of that, Mr. Mars.
We've got a
I
And
think
and
that's
this,
feedback.
Mike's
yes.
computer said
They,
something. So Tailpipes and Tacos next weekend, and we'll be there doing live, and that is Tri-5 event.
Chevy, yeah.
So I've tried to invite all of the Tri-5 clubs here in town and around to come on out to Tailpipes and Tacos. All of the tacos are free. They're asking for a donation, and then Loopy Tortillas is going to match that donation for God's Garage.
Exactly.
So pretty cool event.
Yep.
And then
It's going to be big.
tonight is the Lone Star Drift at the Houston Police Academy at an Aldine Westfield. Also this afternoon is Saturday at the Ranch Harley Davidson in College Station. Just a cruise in, a free cruise in. Randy is starting back up a Nifty 50s cruise in on Buckthorn Place up in the Woodlands, and that starts today at 3 p.m. and goes to 10 p.m. So he's going to a 7-hour event.
Is that the same place he did last?
Yep.
Okay.
He's been there a couple of years now. They haven't gotten kicked out because they really do a good job of minimizing idiot people from going to the show.
It didn't sound fair. I thought maybe he changed locations.
And then the street meet in Conroe at 1100 I-45 South in Conroe, and that starts at 4 p.m. tonight. And then also tomorrow is Octane and Espresso at Black Coffee Rifle on Highway 6. Tomorrow morning,
Now, this is Easter Sunday morning?
the car meet at the Willis Discount Furniture in Willis, Texas.
What you talking about,
What am I
Willis?
talking about?
Talk about Easter.
Car night at Freddy's Steak Burger in 1960, basically in Eldridge, and that's every Sunday. And then Tomball's local car meet at the Coles at FM 2920 in Tomball, and then the Texas Pony Party again, and that's on the 12th.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier car cruise-in returns Saturday, April 15th to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Bring your Hot Rod Classic, Resto Mod, or any other vehicle you'd like to show and compete for one of 3 highly coveted chili pepper trophies. This April 15th kickoff event is one you'll want to put on your calendar because 100% of the money you donate for the free tacos will be given to God's Garage. You heard right. Free tacos. Whatever you decide to give, all of it will be given to God's Garage and matched by Loopy Tortilla. God's Garage gifts vehicles to single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military in the greater Houston area. In fact, the Garage will gift a vehicle to a mom in need at this special event. Be sure to attend the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday, April 15th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Free breakfast tacos for any donation to God's Garage. It'll make your heart and your belly feel good.
Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction company, returns to Houston. April 13th through 15th at NRG Center. featuring 2,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, exotics, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend TV and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.